few weeks ago I uploaded a video on the Andy Griffith Show that was about mistakes and odd things that happened on camera when it was being filmed. And of all the videos I've done, that one has gotten more views. And I still had some stuff that I hadn't edited down that I didn't put in that original video, so I thought I'd share that with you today. And it's along the same lines. It's basically mistakes and oddities and kind of interesting points of trivia from the Andy Griffith Show. So hope you enjoy it. This episode is the episode Opie Loves Helen, and this part here was filmed on a sound stage, and if you'll look, it had to have been really hot that day, because look at Helen, she is sweating bullets here. I think this was filmed in the summer. I'm sure those sound stages probably didn't have air conditioning in them at that time. This was the same episode, and it was probably filmed around the same day. And you can see Andy is sweating like crazy too.
No. Why not? Johnny Pa told me you loved Miss Crump. That was yesterday when you were getting your brace fixed. Why couldn't help it? You want to hear something?
You can see Opie trying to charm
when you and I are far apart, I no longer live.
his little girlfriend back into his life. Watch as you see Andy kind of turn towards Helen. Must have been hot with all the lights and everything in those sound stages. I'm sure it was just terribly hot. Now watch as he turns, you'll see he's just loaded down with sweat there. This is from the episode Barney's Physical. And if you look at Barney's shirt, it doesn't even look like he's got a pocket on there. I think there is a pocket. You can see it in a little bit. But, I mean, I've read where some people didn't even think there was a pocket on there at this time. But as he goes over and sits down and they reset the scene and shoot from a different angle, you'll see that Barney has a pocket there now, and he also has a pack of cigarettes sitting in that pocket. Now, this is from an episode called Opie and Mike, and this is when they're making the transition from the Andy Griffith Show to the Mayberry RFD. And in the background here you can see Culver City. You can see a strip mall there. And she's actually moving into Miss Pitty Pat's house, Pitty Pat Hamilton from Gone with the Wind. And you can see, I think that's Jefferson Boulevard in the background of Culver City that you can see. But that's the Pitty Pat house from Gone with the Wind. Now this episode is from the big house, and Barney's showing how to quick draw a gun and giving Gomer some lessons on it. And Andy comes in, and then Gomer is going to show him what he learned. And if you watch, as the gun comes out, and you can see it never hits the glass there. And then by a second unit, you can tell they've thrown in a gun to break the glass. And if you look at it now, the glass is not broken. So, just one of those things. Now this is kind of interesting. This is where Andy actually mentions Barbara Edwards. Barbara Edwards is his wife at the time. And you're going to see her mentioned here.
Well, I wouldn't let that bother me. I remember when I was about your age, I was trying to court a little girl named Barbara Edwards. She is in the upper 5th grade, and I was in the lower. Now, I I will admit there was some
And then you'll
talk.
actually see her in this sequence from the song Festers. She's actually the one to the left of Barney here, and she actually has a speaking part in here. You can see a picture of her with Andy back in the day.
They're at 14. Now there's a pause back there at 12. A big breath there'll help. Check. Sharon, you came in just a little bit too soon. You're over anxious.
I'm sorry, Mr. Masters.
All right, fine. Now I'd like everybody back here at 5, please. 5 o'clock. Oh, Andy.
Now the next 3 clips are just clips of things that happen right by Andy's house that you don't realize that are right by Andy's house. That right there is Andy's garage, and if you can see, it's right next to the Rimshaw place that they've dressed up, which was the Miss Pittypat house. Now if you look here, you can see the Baldwin Hills as Baldwin Scenic Overlook in the background when Opie is sitting there talking to his friend. But this all takes place right next door to Andy's house. In the context of the story, it sounds like this house is off a long ways away and in a bad area that the boys shouldn't be at.
Well, we're almost there. Yeah.
They're trying to figure out if they
Spooks anyhow.
are brave enough to go in there and get their baseball.
I'd ask you first. I will if you will. Okay.
But this is all done on that the Pittypat house.
What was that?
You can see how they just covered it with foliage and just made it look all tore up. Now this is when Andy is walking his girlfriend Peggy back to their house after they've been on the date. And he drops her off, they drive there. Then he drives the next morning up to the house, and you can see Andy's house in the background. It's 2 doors down. So they've taken the trellis and stuff down from the side of Andy's house to make it not look so obvious. And here again is that Thunderbird that you see in so many episodes. Now here Opie is trading horsehairs and smushed coins, and you can see Andy's house in the background. He's at church, and you can see Andy's house right in the background. They're going to get in their car to drive home, and they're only about 100 feet away from their home, so it's kind of interesting. Now if you'll take a look at this, this is from Opie's newspaper. The panes in the glass in front of this store are not there. You can actually see the blinds wiggling and things in the background blowing. And they did this so that they didn't get reflections from the lighting equipment. You can see the blinds in the background going back and forth.
Thank you so much for watching.